What's up, guys? Tim Little. Welcome back to Tactical Bass. In today's video, we're gonna break this bad boy in. Gonna show you guys how to properly break in your new motor. Properly breaking in your new motor or your new power head is essential in longevity and reliability of your motor. So today we're gonna do a couple easy steps to break in this Yamaha 250 SHO. Now, all of the major motor companies have basically the same first 10-hour steps. So check your specifics if you have a different motor than this Yamaha. But today we're gonna walk through how easy it is to break in the SHO. All right, guys, got the boat launched here at the launch ramp on Chickamauga. Now, what's cool about living on the Tennessee River is we have a long waterway, lots of long waterways. But the first step in breaking in this new Yamaha, the first hour, it's really simple. Basically, you keep your RPMs below 2,000 RPMs. Okay, so this is your idling. You're gonna vary it every couple minutes, go up and down. I like to kind of vary my RPMs just so I can get that piston seating correctly, but it's really easy. So basically, here we go. So it is 11:03. We got 0.1 hours on the motor. I guess that's probably just from servicing the motor, putting oil and all that good stuff in it. But again, super easy step one. 1 hour on the motor, less than 2,000 RPMs. We're sitting here idling around 500 or so RPMs. This is a great time to idle out, dial in your electronics. If you're on your old boat, you're putting on a new power head, this applies to you as well. Now you can get out there and do some idling. Remember, we're varying our RPMs between 500 and 1,000, then going up 1,500 to 2,000, just keeping it below 2,000. Every minute or two, I like to vary my RPMs up and down. It is super simple. That's step number one. All right, guys, we got 0.3 hours on the motor. Luckily for me, like I said, we have long idles. We got big backwaters on the Tennessee River. So just varying my RPMs, again, between that resting 500 to 1,500, 1,700, hold it for a little bit, drop it back down. Again, we're not trying to really fluctuate a ton, but you wanna really slowly, gently break that motor in on that first hour. It's really simple, don't overdo it, but we're coming up almost halfway done already, and it's been really relaxing. All right, guys, a little update. We're about 3/4 of the way through our first hour, just idling back and forth here in basically in Richland Creek, but I wanted to take the time to kind of overlay some of the data, see what, show you guys what I'm seeing on my grass, the apexes. This is a great time to dial in your electronics, but I really want to talk about the new user interface on these Humminbirds and how easy it is, how they've simplified the settings and the menus and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to overlay it. I'm going to kill the, we'll keep idling, but I'll show you guys kind of how I set up my unit. Show you guys some settings and how easy it is to adjust certain things. But this new user interface that Humminbird came out with at ICAST, basically when they released the new Xplore units, has been awesome. So right off the bat, so here we are idling, side imaging. The first thing you see over here on the right-hand side of the screen, you have your favorites. You have your favorite screens there. We're gonna talk about that here and how to customize that in just a second. You can see on the side imaging itself, down here in the center, you can adjust your range and your settings for your side imaging. See what else we got over here. So we got a map, right? We have that Lake Master Premium card in there. You can see the shading and the color contour lines, but I've been super impressed with the ease of this this user interface. So say I want to change my favorites. So right here we have our favorites. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have another page over here, and we can add our favorites. You know, I have map number 1 and down imaging 2D number 2. Say I want to change this. This is my number 1 screen that I use on this unit. On this unit over here, I use my mapping, just like you're seeing. I can only overlay one screen, but I have the mapping over here. So over here on the right-hand unit, let's go ahead and change that view. I'm gonna show you how easy it is. So you hit home, you got chart, 2D sonar, you have all of your icons right in the middle, the easiest things right there, dead and center. Over here you have your favorites, over here you have your tools, you have your one boat network, you have my data. It's all right here, easily accessible. So let's go into views. Okay, we already had that default screen, side screen with those views, but let's go ahead and create a new view. So let's click new view. This is my favorite view I like to use when I'm idling. I already created it, I deleted it just to show you guys. So I go with a 3-pane screen. You can customize this however you want, but I like to go side imaging. Let's do 2D and down imaging. Save. Watch this. So there's my screen. So I have 110 feet out the side. Let's go ahead and add that to 130. I have my down imaging and my 2D sonar. I'm gonna click favorites. All I'm gonna do is press and hold number 2. Boom, now I can go between map and my other favorite view. So I have map over here, my favorite side imaging, down imaging over here, but you can see whichever pane I click on, the custom settings down below in the middle adjust according to that pane. So it's been a super easy navigating these new this new user interface. Up at the top, you can see you have some buttons for each of the different windows that are open. So over here, we can make that full screen. We can exit out of that with 2 fingers. You can click settings. They've really simplified the settings menus, really given you the easiest things, the most used things right at the top. Okay, so if you actually go over here in the top right corner, you click menu, it brings up your sensitivity, your contrast, scroll speed, sonar colors, navigation. If you'll notice down in the bottom right-hand corner, you have settings. That is your full settings. That was the settings that before when you click settings, you'd have all this come up, and it could be a little overwhelming trying to navigate through that menu system and find the stuff that you want. Hey, I just want to increase sensitivity. I just want to increase range. I want to increase colors, that sort of stuff. Boom, it's right there. And then again, you can turn your sonar pinging on and off right up top. Super, super simple, and it's been awesome to use. Now let's show you some map stuff. I want to show you guys some mapping. I'm going to pull up my mapping over here. I'm going to pull up side imaging back over here. I want to show you guys some waypoints, waypoint management. All right, say we just want to drop a couple waypoints. We're going to make this super easy. So we're going to make this, and you can customize your waypoint favorites, colors, all that sort of stuff. So let's just say it's a rock pile. I'm going to go purple for pile. Okay, let's drop another one over here. Again, this doesn't have to be exact. I'm just showing you guys how awesome this is. Okay, over here. Let's go ahead and idle a little bit farther. Now, of course, these waypoints are dropping on my map. Just say there's a tree right there. Okay, let's go, boom, tree, let's do green, boom, okay. So let's go back to our map. You can see those 3 waypoints right there. This is the coolest thing. Waypoint management is huge, especially for Matt and I when we're traveling around the country and we have 7,000 to 10,000 waypoints out on the West Coast and up north and down south, Texas, all that. It really slows down or bogs down your unit. So being able to export waypoints depending on region, export waypoints depending on lake is huge, okay? So they have this new, again, up here you have all of your custom quick keys for this menu. Draw to select. Say we just dropped 3 waypoints, 2 rock piles and a tree. I can circle these. Now, this is the coolest thing. I can save those by group, so I could save them as Chickamauga, June, whatever, right? And I can export it. Come over here, transfer to phone. Transfer. Open my phone, go to the One Boat Network. I agree. You guys probably won't be able to see this, but boom, there are all those waypoints. Now what's really awesome is I could be sitting at home on the couch, or a lot of times sitting in a hotel room or an Airbnb on a random lake I've never been to before. I can go through my map on the Lake Master, the One Boat Network app, pull up the premium, the Lake Master maps. I can drop waypoints, and just like I exported them to my phone, now I can import them to my graph. How cool is that? So I can sit there and drop 20 or 30, 50 waypoints from the couch of my hotel room on this new body of water, and boom, they show up on my map. Now I can run and check all those cool new areas that I wanted to check out. Waypoint management is a huge deal. It's a huge deal for Matt and I as we travel around the country. It's a huge deal for you guys if you want to break down fisheries quickly. Now, not only can we export and import through our phone, through that One Boat Network app, we can also edit, right? Say we wanted to name all these June Chickamauga waypoints, or say we wanted to change them all to the rock pile. We could change colors. We can do all that stuff at the touch of the button. It's super, super easy. We could also delete, okay? Again, having a bunch of unnecessary waypoints on your unit will slow down that processor. But again, this new user interface, having all the settings, all the quick adjustments, setting menus right here at the touch of the button. Again, before you had to go all the way across the screen. Now you're right here, boom, everything is right here. So as you can see, guys, really simplified things. Got the new home screen, have all of your favorite views, you have tools, battery monitoring. You can monitor your trolling motor batteries, but everything is so simplified with all these easy to use panels. But again, the new user interface has made it super easy to save my favorite screens, save my favorite settings, and transport, import, export waypoints. All right, guys, we're coming up to 1.0 on the motor. Now that we've finished the first step in breaking in this new motor, we're on to step number 2. And just like the first step, it is super simple. All we're gonna do for the next hour to break this thing in, we're gonna get up the RPMs up just enough to get this boat on pad, and then we're gonna keep it on pad and go, just varying our RPMs up and down. Just make sure you do not go full throttle. So jack plate down, trim down. Gonna get up on pad. Right around 3,000 RPMs. Gonna kind of back it off. Now again, guys, doing this properly is essential for seating these pistons, lubricating the motor, and getting that reliability from that Yamaha. We talked about it, that dependability, that reliability, knowing in our head that if we want to make a 60-mile run one way, that this motor's not going to let us down. So taking a couple hours and doing the break-in correctly is really, really important. All right, guys, we are halfway through our second step, our second hour breaking in this motor. 1.5 hours. See, just running up river. Again, I can't say it enough. East Tennessee is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous all summer. It stays this green all the way through November. Absolutely love it. Man, what an awesome day to be out on the water, breaking in the new boat, breaking in the new SHO. But again, 1.5 hours. We're almost there. The beauty of this, guys, is once we hit that second hour, 1 hour of below 2,000 RPMs, 1 hour just barely on pad, just kind of ranging your RPMs, keeping it on pad just so it doesn't porpoise. Once you hit that second hour, now you can run the boat wide open. The only stipulation, the only rule is don't run wide open for longer than 5 minutes. So you can run it just like you would on tournament day, minus the long run in the morning, right? You can run it wide open, get on pad, come down, fish, do what you want. Just make sure you don't run it wide open for more than 5 minutes. All right, guys, we just finished hour number 2.0 on the engine. So that is 100% completion of step 2. Now, the third and final step for the remaining 8 hours of this 10-hour engine break-in, you can run it however you want, just don't exceed 5 minutes full throttle, okay? So you can get up on pad, drive it like you want to, like we talked about earlier, but again, keep that full throttle under 5 minutes each time that you do it. So you don't want to run wide open for 20 plus minutes, nothing longer than 5 minutes. And once you've done that and you reach those 10 hours, so for the next 8 hours after these initial 2, you have successfully broken in your motor. Guys, that leads to reliability, dependability, efficiency, fuel efficiency. That is huge these days. But it is a little after 1 o'clock, 1:07, just a couple hours to break in the initial 2 hours of this motor. Now I can get on pad, I can run it wide open, just stay under that 5 minutes. Once you do that for the next 8 hours and you hit 10 hours on your motor, drive it however you want. Totally up to you. But 10 hours, you're halfway there to your first 20-hour service. Well, I'm sure we'll do a video on that, kind of walking you guys through that process as well. But guys, I'm super excited. Thanks for coming along, breaking in the new SHO with me. Again, a peaceful day out on the water. Just been out just a couple hours, changing those RPMs, showing you guys a little bit about the new user interface with these Humminbirds. Again, super stoked on that. Being able to, all the waypoint management, the efficiency of where they've changed and moved the menu settings to, the menu keys, the quick keys. It's been a lot easier and really simplified the settings. So guys, I'm gonna go drive this thing. I'm gonna get up on pad, I'm gonna run it wide open for a few minutes, drop it back down, vary those RPMs, but for the next 8 hours, that's what I'm gonna do, and fish in between. Guys, as always, we appreciate the support. If you learned something from this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions, please leave those down below in the comment section. I will try to get to those as soon as possible, but it's that easy. The initial 2 hours, break it in your motor, and again, you're set. Guys, as always, we appreciate the support. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video.